Okay, hold on. Here we go.
Hey kids! It's time to have fun! Ready, set, fun!
What the fuck did that say? This is so good. By the way, God bless whoever edited this video. That was the perfect ending to it, I'll be honest with you.
Now I just need to steal the ad the ad thing that Metokur has for his buy hat for your hat. But no, hello, ladies. Yeah, I know, right? Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back, and welcome to yet another fine edition of Mr. Metokur History. Yeah, Sparky decided to do whatever Sparky does, and so he left it with us. I wish him the best of luck going forward, but two autistics in the room, and we have control. Jesus fucking Christ.
So buy a Sparky for your Sparky while you're at it. So.
So I am over here on both the YouTube and over there on X. So if you guys are interested in doing whatever you're supposed to do over there, like donate or whatever, go for it. Hit those buttons, be all that kind of stuff. But yeah, we're going to go over the X Files. We have episode 3.
And I'm over here on the TikToks streaming this because why not? I mean,
I know,
they haven't
right?
done it before yet, and every time they do, I what did I do? And they're like, well, you didn't do anything, but we did like what you did. And I'm like, well, what did I do?
What?
We don't know. We don't know what you did last time, but we're going to ban you this time. Okay, so we're going to go into the X-Files.
Yes, the preemptive banning. Congratulations. Yay. But yeah, no, we have been while Sparky is away, we've been doing at least about an hour to 2 hours stream covering some other offshoots. And I've been finding some very interesting things. The next one is Tulpas. That's the next one, so it should be interesting. So I will bring that up. Give me some moments. Let's see. Share desk screening. I want to share an entire screen. I want to make sure the volume works because, you know, I'm not that autistic. Yes.
I got to make sure my audio works here. So it
Yeah, you
seems to
might
be
want
working.
to.
Well, you never know. You never know with my audio. It could work one moment, and the next moment it just goes total shit. So,
Yeah, I know that's something I've been
but it
finding.
seems to be working.
Well, that's good. That's good. That's good. It's always good that your audio likes to work in
Yeah.
tandem with whatever
So
it is here. Oh God. Let's see. Do I have everything? Yeah, I have everything I need. Yay. Cool beans. Now I'm going to be hitting this. I can hide that, please. Thank you. Now let's do this.
let's do it.
I know,
Do
right?
it.
I know. Let's fix that. There we go. And go.
Why would you want an imaginary friend? I think it just sounds dumb.
Okay.
He's not really there. You're just talking to the air. How can nobody be any fun?
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah.
This is gonna get weird.
Yes, it is. It's just gonna be perfect.
I know, right? Ah,
This was his, let's do dope phase, I think. So.
Yeah,
Or-
this was him getting into the creepypasta type level of phase, but still retaining his level of shenanigans.
oh yeah,
Yes.
definitely shenanigans.
Anyways,
Yeah, I remember that.
Once again, true believers, as we continue our journey down the Sphinx-riddled path to dark enlightenment. My story begins 4 weeks ago at a nocturnal gathering I was hosting for other like-minded individuals. They,
Right.
like I, were interested in researching the dark occultic matters that were happening in our neighborhood. Everything had been going according to plan, and as I was regaling them with my 19th story about skinwalkers behind the local junior high,
oh
my
God.
asshole brother Clarence burst into the room. Whether or not he was possessed by a demon, I cannot truly say. All I can tell you is what he said was totally untrue. He told the group gathered that I wet the bed. I tried to tell the group that this was a misunderstanding, that Clarence was misinformed, that it really was a Chinese water demon, a Shui Che, that had been haunting me ever since I performed an exorcism 3 months prior.
Okay.
They did not believe me.
Well, no shit.
I tried in vain to protest against it, but they all began to leave, and when I tried to speak up for the final time, Clarence simply punched me and said I was into unnatural fag shit, and that I The situation only worsened as word spread throughout the town, and I was given a new moniker, Puddle Pens. For those of you versed in the
Puddle Pens, okay.
understand
Yeah,
the
but-
words hold power. And this particular nickname was powerful. Powerful enough to make sure I had no friends. And so I had to find an alternative. It took a while, but by page 200, I had found what I was looking for. Tulpas. Intrigued by the concept, my first stop along the way was a subreddit.
All right.
And luckily enough, Astral Hedge had outlined just what a tulpa is capable of. Superpowers. Do any of your tulpas have superpowers? In addition to having a few different forms,
God damn it, Metokur.
move objects with
Jesus
her mind
Christ.
and speak any language. In one of her forms, she can change her size, and in another, she has wings to fly. I feel like I learn new powers of hers every day. Looking beyond what Astral Hedge had to say, many others came forward with evidence of just what their tulpas could do. My tulpa Sarah can control the wind. My tulpa can change his form. My tulpa flies, breathes fire, and is really strong. My tulpa has a sort of crystal which allows Mechio to manipulate his own energy to take on certain shapes. So far, he can possess a pair of near-transparent wings and an energy sword. All of my tulpas have superpowers. Zelta has green fire powers. Theo has electricity and sound wave powers. Legata has water-bending powers and can make water wings with lapis lazuli from Steven Universe.
Okay.
Rayun has a ton of powers due to being a Nakorian. Here are a few of them. She
I-
can earthbend and spawn crystals out of the ground. Shapeshift to some degree. Super strength, purple fire. Eli has magical abilities like a witch. After reading through the rest of the thread, I realized the terrible mistake I had made. R. Tulpas was not a subreddit dedicated to Tulpa and Tulpamancy. It was a subreddit dedicated to the children's show Pokemon, and the animal slave fights it inspires. Feeling disillusioned with Reddit's inability to separate Pokemon from Tulpamancy, I sought out experts of a higher level, those on the paranormal board. Tragically, all they were interested in discussing that day was giant invisible alien pussy. Yet
What?
another devastating setback.
Giant.
What the fuck?
Given to the darkness.
Wait,
Yet there are my
wait, giant what? I got
interested in discussing that day was giant invisible alien pussy.
giant alien invisible pussy. How is that a thing? Okay. Wait. Imagine a place where you now be at this exact moment occupied by some enormous giant ass pussy. Just a tiny fraction of an atom's length from you. In another dimension, she's popped up in our dimension. Jesus Christ. Okay.
Yet another devastating setback. I almost gave in to the darkness. Yet there on my desktop is a shining beacon appeared hope in the form of a message from the elusive ex-moderator. Our conversation,
God.
while meandering through many dark subjects, was very short. He linked me to something that was forbidden, something that had been hidden by 4chan many years ago and purged from the archives. A
Mhm.
thread on MLP, creating Pinkie Pie Tulpa. Do it before going to bed every night. Ignore warnings about doing exactly that, because it can take ideas from your dreams. 60 hours in, I've started hearing and seeing her. Her face is deformed as fucking frightening, and I can't change it. She just keeps yelling for no fucking reason, mostly when something else is talking to me. Can't hear shit when she does. My face when. Finally, it seemed as if I was making progress. Here was somebody who had summoned a tulpa, had created a living thought form. If I could just find
Okay.
out how they had done it. I can't hear shit. Jesus fucking Christ, what do I do? Every time I try to form a fucking thought, she's screaming no matter what I say. Her voice is all
Oh, sounds like my wife.
like a newborn baby. Doesn't it take weeks of ignoring to stop this? Fuck, why did I even try?
Yes, actually, it does.
It
It does take.
It's like the features are there.
I thought it would.
And she has no fucking color in her eyes.
You sure we
I don't
haven't tripped on
understand. I
the
spent 30 hours on
form
visualization
for married men?
like this picture.
I'm pretty sure at this point that's what this is.
Fucking terrible.
The more I listen to this, I'm like, God, I feel like
I
I'm
fucking knew this.
listening to one of my arguments with my wife.
I thought about it every time I focused. I don't think I can sleep. Every time there is a silent moment, she uses it to make the fucking loudest noise possible.
Wait, hold up.
Wait, go back to that again, because again, this is
I'm reading this one here. She's essentially deaf. That's why she's screaming and make loud noises. Jesus Christ. Wow. This oh god, we'll go right to there. That is insane.
You know when you smudge a picture of someone's face? It's like the features are there, but they're out of focus. And she has no fucking color in her eyes. I don't understand. I spent 30 hours on visualization. Like this picture. I know she can't hurt me in the slightest. This is fucking terrible. I shouldn't have messed around with this. I fucking knew this fear I had would happen as well. I thought about it every time I focused. I don't think I can sleep. Every time there is a silent moment, she uses it to make the fucking loudest noise possible. I've tried doing the above, threatening that I'll
Again.
No
Yeah.
Sounds like marriage.
Why won't she fucking listen? Why won't
Yep,
she
marriage.
see at
Definitely
all?
marriage.
It definitely
I think
is.
you're fucking right. It's like she's deaf and won't listen at all. I had lots of dreams where I was unable to talk, like there was something stuck in my throat, and then I'd eventually be able to scream my fucking head off. This is exactly what it feels like. I'm doing that now with the MLP movie, wouldn't you fucking know it? Maybe if I watch Pinkie Pie from the show, it'll influence my tulpa. It's not just the screaming and face either. It's the touch. Cold breezes on my neck, even when I put my hand around it. Covering my neck, it feels exactly the same. Prodding, feeling on my right arm. There's a wall to my left I lean on. The feeling of someone pulling my arm, neck, and chin hairs out. Nail pinching. The only
Uh-huh.
sense that didn't work
Yep,
out was
that's
smell,
marriage.
so there isn't any. It was very clear from reading that there are dangers inherent in
Oh,
summoning a
God.
tulpa. OP of the thread clearly ignored the warnings and pushed forward into unknown territory. I would have to be more careful. But
Uh-huh.
where to find the information necessary to summon my own hell-spawned pony? It was then that
Just
I
go to a bar or a
hidden
strip club,
away
say you're a soldier.
Pretty
and
much. I mean,
dark occult
they're easy
things
to
are kept.
find.
Tulpa.info. The amount of information on the website is
Wow.
overwhelming, to say the least. So much occultic wisdom in one place, I was unable to
For
process
science.
it. I decided the best course was
Science!
to go to the forums to talk to the tulpamancers themselves. And what I discovered was shocking. It isn't just users that create tulpas that post
Uh-huh.
on tulpa.info.
So this
It
was Metokur back in the day, is what
knows
we're
what
saying
you
here.
call your host.
Yeah, this is like I said before. This is what he was trying to get into to the area of the creepypasta to a degree,
All right.
and because he's got a fond love for creepypastas, true murder mysteries, all that kind of shit. So you think he'd be like a woman, but no, he's the dude just likes his weird shit every now and then, and this was one, and yeah. Like I said, from where he started to where he is now, this is episode 3 of 5. There's only 5 of these in existence, and yeah,
Kind of got in and out of it quick, I believe.
yeah, pretty much. It's one of those things. It's like anything else that he does or have done previously until he's done the whole live thing. He hits certain topic points that he thinks is interesting, and then he kind of reads the room, gets busy with something else, and then forgets that what he was doing, or it's no longer of great importance, and so he's moved on to a different area of entertainment. But yeah, he has stated that he wanted to get into creepypasta a while back, so this was his early attempt. It wasn't bad. It's just sometimes they're like hit and misses. This one's kind of a weird miss in my mind, but still trying to see where the joke is, because the last one we ended up with hookers, so we'll just have to wait. We're almost done for this one to find out exactly where the punchline's going to lead to.
All right.
Let's see.
Hi guys, this is Sen. Today my host and I had a disagreement. I think Master is prettier than Host, and she really didn't like being called Master at all. Actually, Host sounds ugly to me, but Celine's pretty too, so I don't mind too much. But that got me thinking, what do you guys call your hosts? P.S. If you can't read this, just let me know, I can fix it. Tulpa001.
Okay.
Dear honey, princess, love, lover, hosty, master, my slave, my sweet, wife, idiot, mistress, mother, sister, my everything, silly, my pet, stuff I forgot. I only call her hosty behind her back. Too bad you didn't ask about my pet names. That list is slightly more interesting.
All right.
Colon P. This was beyond my wildest expectations. Now I could learn from the tulpas themselves on how to summon my own, and the wealth of information available was mind-blowing. Committing suicide while having a tulpa. Hi, bit of a bizarre question here, but how would your tulpa feel if you committed suicide? Would you see it as murdering them? Would they understand that their host just couldn't take it anymore? Would they themselves not be able to take it anymore? And yes, I suspect the answers will vary from tulpa to tulpa. Just a thought. But the main thought that keeps me from trying out tulpamancy. Thanks.
We have to realize this is actually shit that actually exists. It's all Tumblr stuff.
Oh, I know. I get it.
And
It's just-
so it's like, oh my fucking god, these people actually are a thing. So it's like, okay.
what are you gonna do?
Yeah, I know. Except for bring some degree of attention to it and kind of go from there.
Yeah.
Parents with tulpa. Tulpa parenting.
Tulpa.
So I was wondering if anyone had tried parenting with a tulpa. I've always liked the idea of adoption and was curious about how others would have handled it. I suspect it would be just not telling the child and using the tulpa solely to support yourself. Or would you be honest and let the child know why sometimes you talk to yourself when you're alone? Would even having a child whilst having a tulpa be a terrible idea? I'd like to think they'd love the child as their own, but I suppose it varies from tulpa to tulpa. They may even get jealous. Thanks. And another response from Tulpa001.
Yeah,
I
the
know of
funny
only
boy.
2 parents with tulpas. One is still a secret, but young still. The other is open. Neither visit this forum, though. It is not a terrible idea. Why would it be? After having browsed
Okay.
the forum for hours upon hours, soaking up every nugget of truth that I could, I came to the conclusion that my best course of action would be contacting the forum mod Tulpa001. While never having talked to a thought form before, I carefully worded my request. I would like to summon a tulpa. I am very lonely. Please help me. Within a few hours, I received a response. Detailed instructions on how to proceed, how to will my own tulpa into reality. The instructions covered everything. All the materials, all the preparation, what to look out for and what to be aware of. The only caveat to the entire thing was that I was never allowed to share the list with anyone, which is why I can't show it to you now.
Okay.
So I spent an entire week
All right.
dedicated.
I'm gonna be honest, this is kind of boring.
It is. It is.
It took a great deal
Well,
of
we're getting close to the
concentration,
end,
I
so.
succeeded.
I know.
My life is for the better. Sure, there are naysayers, those who look down upon me, Western doctors that can't appreciate Eastern
Where is he going with
mysticism
this?
and how they try to dissuade me.
I feel like he was trying to go somewhere, but
Stop taking
then
antipsychotics. The voices will never go away. But they don't understand
and
hollow
just just like, okay, I see this is going nowhere.
visit tonight.
Yeah, it
I'm
does
gonna
feel
stop.
odd.
Hamina has instructed me to do so, and I take his word as gold. I've made the preparations necessary. He had told me to bring a gun, but I don't own one. Luckily, my mother last year had bought me a katana, so I'm prepared. It's
Katana.
nice to have friends you can trust.
Oh, okay. That was all right. That is a that was a weird one. I have no idea where the fuck he was going on that one.
Were these creepypastas he wrote or somebody else wrote? He read?
No, that would have been what he wrote. I mean, this is based off of the because he does it. A lot of this is based off of the actual forum, the X-Files, which is found in all the chans. Sometimes it's found in tumblers and all that kind of stuff. And people put in some of the weirdest and bizarre things in there.
Yeah.
This was kind of on the level of weird and bizarre. And like I said before, it's like sometimes they're a good hit, other times not so much. Not so much. So the other one that I have is called Flat Earth.
Oh God.
So I'm guessing it's going to be dealing with the flat earthers. So.
Bet they appreciated that.
Oh hell! I mean, it is a short list series, so it's only about 12 minutes long. So they're still trying to rationalize why the moon looks weird in other places. So I don't know.
I wish them luck.
I know, right? All right. Let's see if it actually picks up.
I don't feel like this is gonna pick up.
I mean, after this, we have one more.
All right.
You can see the truth. 2 + 4 = 6.
Okay.
We've suffered through a lot. I mean, come on.
This isn't too bad. We've suffered through worse, I know, but
I know, right?
this is just boring. I'm gonna fall asleep.
I know that one was weird, but yeah.
We inhabit a world of shadows, made to dance to the machinations of puppet masters who pull our strings from unseen vantage points beyond the veil of darkness.
Okay.
Today I bring you a glimpse of the truth that lays just beyond your perception, for I have uncovered a conspiracy, a globalist conspiracy, a literal globalist conspiracy. For those of you unaware who do not keep up with globe manufacturing related news, Larry Murray covered this in his award-winning Globe University article, Where Did They Go? The Disappearing U.S. Globe Manufacturers in which he details how the globe manufacturing Illuminati, the Globinati,
The
are seeing a
Globinati?
decrease in their profits as
What
the
the fuck?
word gets out that the Earth is flat. As
Uh-huh.
more and more of these businesses go under, the globalists begin to worry. Because if the world knew the truth, they would buy maps instead. My journey to this radical realization was not
Well,
long,
what killed the
but
globe
it began a
is killing.
year
You know what kills
when
the
I
globe business, right?
Yeah.
I just want to put this out. It's not because people are. It's because people have phones, and with a phone, you could do an easier job than with an actual globe.
Yeah, no, that is true. That is very true.
I mean, it's a lot easier to figure out. Okay, where's this? What part of the Earth is it on? Okay, there we go. People can
Yeah.
actually read their phone maps better than they can globe. So makes a lot of sense.
Not everybody knows how to read their own fucking phone maps. It's a machine telling them where to go, where to turn, left, right,
Yeah.
up, down, and it's like,
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but
it's
basically, technology just made it easier. That's all. So.
it's a terrible thing because now you become more stupid. You can't figure out your own shit because, like for example, if you have a GPS in a location that's kind of sparse or the location is constantly changing because of development or whatnot. So roads
Yeah.
that used to be there have changed and it has been updated in the system for a while. Yeah, the system is going to take you onto a nice little track while you're trying to figure out how you got yourself into a pond.
Yeah, true. But at the same time, I every once in a while will use a map just
Oh yeah.
to make sure I know how to use those skills still, just in case.
I mean, you need to.
Because
You need to.
with the way they'll turn the internet off on you for any reason nowadays, it's kind
Mhm.
of. I mean, every once in a while, I actually have to buy an updated atlas. I haven't updated the atlas from 2000,
Oh,
and that fucker is out of date. Not gonna lie, that fucker is really out of date. But yeah, I think it's fascinating that some kids are actually starting to do this too, just
mhm.
to see what it was like back in the day.
Well, that is basically a good step because the current generations that we have is we have one that's well, at least two of them that are very heavily focused on their phone device, while the others are slowly kind of getting themselves away from that technology to a degree. So it is interesting. It is interesting seeing how that how this all changes, how this all changes over time. But
Let's get on with this because let's get this over with.
yeah. Let's see where we get. Let's see where we go from here because this one kind of I don't know where he's going with this one.
was enlightened by a musical scientist.
A musical scientist,
B-O-B. A lot of people are turned off by the
Bob.
phrase flat earth, but there's no way you can see all that evidence and not know. Grow up. That's right. This award-winning astrophysicist took to social media to waken up his followers. The cities in the background are approximately 16 miles apart. Where is the curve? Please explain this.
I can see the curve. It's a slight curve, but you could see it. Then again, it doesn't help that you have a camera that also has a concave lens or convex or whatever it is. It's also curvature. So I mean, really, does not help. Does not help. Yeah, you can tell by the light.
And was anyone able to explain it? No. It is an unanswerable question. However,
Right.
all good things must come to an end. And when the globalists found out that B.O.B. was spreading the truth on social media, they shut it down. How else could you explain all his tweets about the flat earth disappearing? Embarrassment? Does embarrassment earn you the accolades of
Does it happen to be? Does it have to be like a dude that's black that has to go through all that shit? Uh, yeah.
I don't know.
That-
Could be.
It's just weird.
Earth
Well, he
Society?
does.
I think not.
I know, right?
That is an award that you should proudly hang in your house next to your PhD from Harvard.
Nah.
Even though they did their best to suppress his ability to get the word out, they made a critical mistake. For as I said earlier, he is not just a scientist, he is a musical scientist. One who's released a hit song that more than 54 million people have listened to. Bitches be curved, but the earth
Okay.
copyright issue.
Okay.
Play the song for you, but I can read
Oh,
aloud the
geez.
lyrics as you follow
God
along.
damn it. That was
Bitches be
that was
curved,
good.
but the earth is flat. Bitches be curved, but the earth is flat. Bitches be curved, but the earth is flat. Grab your gat, a rat-a-tat-tat. B.O.B. is a wordsmith, using his lyrics
Wow.
to unlock the minds of the masses. Armed with my awakening from social media, I ventured forth to learn everything I could about this flat earth. After finding out that the UN flag paralleled the flat earth map, I became intrigued by the outer ice wall. How exactly was it held in place?
If there's this great ice wall, how come there's no pictures of it? Well, there are hundreds, if not thousands, of pictures of the ice wall. It's actually the ice that surrounds us and holds the oceans in. That's scientific. The globe has curved water sticking to the outside of a ball with absolutely no container. So that's not scientific. The only way they say the water sticks to the outside of this ball
Called
is
gravity.
through their magical, invisible force known as gravity.
Gravity is bullshit.
Gravitas.
It
I
is
know,
a
right?
fairy tale told by fools to idiots
Oh,
to
God.
placate their fears and keep them from understanding
Project
the
Gravitas.
that the reason
There we go.
objects
Gravitas!
Gravitas.
Yeah.
down is because it is down and not up. Armed with information about the great ice wall, about the flat earth, and that gravity is a lie,
Okay.
I decided the best course of action was going to a
It's
science
like white women. They're a
authority,
lie. They don't exist.
the Flat Earth Society.
Oh,
The
Jesus
mission of the
Christ,
Flat
not the
Earth
Flat Earth
Society is to
Society.
promote and initiate
Oh, God.
discussion of
They
flat
hurt.
Earth theory, as well as
They
archive
hurt.
flat Earth literature.
Have you ever heard of Tide
Act as a
Pod Earth
venue
Theory?
to encourage
Yeah, it's a good theory. Rinse and repeat.
Rinse and repeat.
But yeah, no. Flat Earth. This what is it? The Flat Earth Society mans the guns against oppression of thought. Really? Okay. I don't know. I've always, done the actual testing to find out that the Earth is kind of like a spherical, shape. But they're saying it's not. I don't know. Maybe they're right. I don't think they are, but they say they are. Well,
It doesn't matter.
I know. Problem comes back down to Australia.
Have you ever been to the down and under?
I know. It always comes back down to Australia because Australia is either a fictional place made up, and it's got like a lot of actors in that. Nemo apparently is a great actor.
Well, actually makes sense. He doesn't work.
Well, I know, right?
Yet somehow he's able to afford a certain lifestyle.
I know, and he's gonna be married soon. Jesus fucking
Holy
Christ!
shit! Really?
Yep, November.
I did not see that.
November.
He does got.
Well, he got. I know he got himself a girl. The girl said, "Hey, I like you," and so he decided to slap a ring on it. She said, "Oh, goody." And then they set up for November. It's going to cost him quite a bit of monies, but hey, the deed is done. The deed is done. I think it's going to be in Peru. Yeah, I think they're going to go to Peru in order to, because she's from there, from Peru. So
Okay, well, that's good.
yeah. So yeah. I'm going to continue since we're almost halfway through.
free thinking and debate. The Flat Earth Society mans the guns against oppression of thought and the globalist lies of a new age. Standing with reason, we offer home to wayward thinkers that march bravely on with reason and truth in recognition of the true shape of the earth. Flat. Come join our forums and get started learning about the greatest lie ever told. To say I was
Right.
intrigued would be an
That
understatement.
marriage will make you
And I
happy.
quickly found myself
Yeah,
wondering,
that is the greatest lie
FAQ,
that it was ever
are
told.
you serious?
The truth.
I
Yes.
mean, I've
Are
heard
you
that.
equal opposition?
I'm loving that line.
Yeah.
No. What about the astronauts? Most flat earthers think astronauts have been bribed or coerced into their testimonies. Some believe they may have been fooled or are mistaken. It makes perfect sense. Who better to
Right.
send up in a $100 million space vehicle than a doddering idiot? Only a dunderhead could protect the secret that the Earth is flat.
Then explain
Sending
to Elon Musk.
trained or professionally educated individuals is just too dangerous. What does the map of the Earth look like then? As evidenced by the logo of the United Nations, the Earth is a round disk of indefinite dimensions. The geographic North Pole is located in the center of the disk, and the Antarctic lies around the outer edges. Is there an edge to the Earth? The Flat Earth Society, along with previous notable flattists such as Samuel Shelton and S. Robotham, believe there is no end to the Earth, and that it continues indefinitely. The only edge to the Earth is the one you are standing on. Some math describing this can be found on our blog article, The Mathematics of an Infinite Earth. Curiosity having gotten the best of me, I decided to read the article. However, such complex computations eluded me. Turning to an authority I had once trusted, I soon found out that they too were part of the conspiracy. Venturing into the forums, I was greeted with a great enlightenment. When is a scientist taught to lie? Quote, so if we run with all scientists are part of the conspiracy idea, unquote. Scientists are puppets on strings. They are not the masters.
And I don't want to talk to a scientist. Y'all motherfuckers lying and getting me pissed.
I began to be unnerved. If I couldn't trust scientists, who could I trust? Luckily, the forum had an answer for me. User Intinkum. All of my advanced master workings are here.
Jesus
Hello.
Christ.
I'll add all of my workings to this topic part by part. This will be a database. This is the song, What I Like. My doings are guarantees of what will I do. And just what great master workings did Intinkum have to share? Why, the connection between the Globanati and ISIS. Why ISIS is supporting the curve Earth. This is why ISIS supporting the curve Earth. This is a news. This is ISIS money. As we know that this is the curve Earth map. Did the Globanati have no shame? Not only were they willing to silence wordsmiths like B.O.B., but they would resort to terrorism to keep the lie alive, just to sell another globe. It was around this point that I knew I was in too deep. Too many powerful people were involved in this conspiracy. Scientists, mathematicians, astronauts, and ISIS. The Globanati was a big target for me to take out.
Wow.
But I have a
They added
responsibility
ISIS to the
to
shit
the
file.
truth.
Wow.
And that is why I am making this video today. For I have devised an experiment which will conclusively prove that the Earth is flat. What you see on the screen before you is another of their lies. A spherical world, a globe. On this globe are lines of latitude. 0 degrees marks the equator. Next are the tropics of Capricorn and Cancer at 23.5 degrees north and south respectively. Finally, there are the Arctic and Antarctic circles at 66.5 degrees north and south of the equator. And this is how we will defeat them. According to the Globanati, the distance around the equator from one point wrapping back around onto itself is roughly 25,000 miles, whereas the distance to do the same on the Arctic or Antarctic circle is 11,000 miles. But looking at a real map, you can see those numbers don't add up. The maroon line represents the Arctic circle, the red line the equator, and the purple line the Antarctic circle.
Okay.
And so here is my plan. One, I am sure the Flat Earth Society will raise the funds to do, because it instantly proves everything they're saying is correct. If we are on a globe, the Antarctic Circle must be smaller lengthwise in distance going around a sphere than the equator. When you look at the map, you clearly see that every line of latitude, southward or on the true map outward, from the equator towards the Arctic Circle, gains in length rather than diminishes, whereas on a spherical model, it diminishes. It's so simple, a child could do it. Simply
Yeah,
pick
they've
a
been trying to
point
do
on
that,
the
but-
northern coast of South America. Follow that line of latitude all the way around, back again, and then compare measurements doing the same thing from a southern point on South America, going all the way around a line of latitude in the south, and compare the two numbers. Clearly, the number in the south will be much greater than the number in the north, because if we are on a flat Earth, a disk of indefinite proportions, every line of latitude outwards, every circle expanding outwards, will be bigger than the one which precedes it. Checkmate,
Oh,
Globanati.
Yeah, maybe not wrong. He's
No.
definitely not wrong on that one. I mean, that would make sense.
Oh, goddamn.
But they never do that shit. Never do that shit. Ah, wow. The last one is Demon Possession, but after the last two, I don't know.
If you want to keep going, let's get it over with, and we can try to do something else to bring this fucker back to life. I mean, usually we have like some fun bit.
Yeah, I
stuff
know.
to
This
say.
one, this last two were just kind of mess. So I'm like going, I don't know about this one. I feel like
if you got something else you can pull out of your pocket to bring this party back to life.
I mean,
you know.
there is a lot of shit that's there. I thought it'd be different, but no, he's clearly not every of them were the greater ones.
I mean, I've seen him do worse stuff, but oof.
I know that one was like, oh my god, he started off strong.
No, I did, and then he's trying to do. I see what he's trying to do.
Yes.
And I can see why he got away from this at the same time.
Yeah, I could see it. I could totally see it. It's like, okay. All right, I'm not gonna do that one. Let's see what we got here that I know that could possibly be. That's the Gamergate stream. It's pretty meh. Okay, we already did Internet Insanity. We could do what is the best. Weeze was Kings, maybe. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do Weeze was Kings. I do it. Weeze was Kings. It's about 20 minutes long, give or take. That one. Cool beans. There we go. There we go. Hide that. Okay. Let's make this an easy jaunt. Hopefully this will become exciting. This is one of his shorter ones, so here we go.
But can you easily name just a few contributions Black people have made to our country? Probably not.
It's that time of year again. February.
Well, golfing did happen. They did invent the tee for the golf ball. I mean, there was a black heart surgeon that did perform. There's a few things that blacks did. I'm surprised they don't know this shit. But hey,
I mean, honestly, that was out of desperation because they got tired of holding them with their lips.
Definitely, yes. That is definitely true. That
is a horrible. And
no.
Joke,
It may be horrible, but it's got bases of reality and truth.
Yeah, I know that's the problem. Like if I have this instead of put it in the ground, they don't need us anymore for that.
Yes. We're now able to carry them bags around. It'd be a lot easier. Jeez, here we go.
We don't have, we won't be as tired from the blood loss.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty fucking much.
February, the shortest month of the year, and I can think of no better time than now to honor Black history. I'm sure you white devils, you pale-faced demons that are listening, are used to the lies and the propaganda that is spread on this most sacred and holy of months. But it is my duty It is the job I have set forward for myself to expose you to the real history of the superior black race. You need to learn the truth, and I'm here to help facilitate that. We're not going to.
Wait. Is this the one where everybody thinks that they're like Egyptian pharaohs, and they're
think
responsible for putting
so.
the pyramid?
I
Oh,
think that's this one. Yes.
I think so because it feels like this is going to go in that direction.
Cover the whitewashing of history, the civil rights movement, Malcolm X, Medgar Evers, Martin Luther King Jr. Get that white propaganda out of here. We're going to be dealing with the truth, the real history of the world, the history that has been kept locked away and hidden from you for far too long. You need to know, and I need to get the word out there. But before we get going, I need to unburden myself. The guilt is killing me. I can't live with the lies and the deception anymore. This image was not drawn by my girlfriend Jade. It's a lie. It's part of my white supremacy to cover up the truth. It has been painted over, much like world history. This image was originally drawn by a strong Nigerian artist named Ubangu Atani. And I need you to see the truth because I can't live with it anymore. You know what they say? The first step is always the hardest.
Yeah.
Heal.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
Let me heal
Slide
myself
with that.
showing you the truth much better. So let's start our journey of discovery with one of the bigger cover-ups over the last few millennia. I'm talking about Jews. Now, most people think they know what a Jew is. They would be wrong. That is not a Jewish person.
Black
That is an
Jew.
imposter. That is somebody who is trying to actively deceive you. The real Jews are the black Israelites.
Oh, goddamn. Yeah, I forgot about this one. I've seen this one.
He loved Jacob. Who's Jacob? The so-called Negro Latinos and Native Americans and the Seminole Indians.
That is some compelling evidence. You heard him.
Huh?
Native Americans, Latinos, and blacks are the real Jews, not those imposters in Israel. Now, the black Israelites are out there preaching their message of tolerance every single day.
This was around the time of the Covington kids. Protest where they. This is where he came out with that. Oh, I remember it now. That was the time.
Yeah, this is where we're getting into. Yeah. Jeez, I love it.
And he was ripping on them hard too back then. I remember this now. This was actually pretty good.
And all you so-called white people, you punk faggots, you going into slavery, all right? I'm going to destroy you, man. By the way, all you
This is also where the white woman says you can't say rape.
Yeah.
That's right.
And then they arrest her.
Into slavery, all right? That's right. You're going into slavery, all right, where you belong.
Now, some of you white devils might be having some difficulty understanding this. You might be asking yourselves, where do I fit in? Where is my history in comparison to the true Israelites, the Native Americans, Latinos, and blacks? Well, I'm going to let Mike Tyson explain it for you.
Call him Neanderthal. Yep. You Neanderthal? Because, wait, man, that's all he is. You a caveman, man. That's right. You a caveman that stole everybody's history, stole everybody's the way of living, and then combined it all together and said it was yours.
And if that wasn't clear enough, I'll let his compatriot expand on it a little bit more.
What says it?
It doesn't help the fact that even though the culture of black people have been around for so long by this point, that they didn't have any writings as long as the Egyptians, the Hebrews, and everybody else.
True.
Literally, the black, they kind of didn't like writing because they saw it as bad juju.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's always bad juju. Bad
Right,
juju.
reading and writing were bad, and you taught by word of mouth, by stories.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. Had nothing to do with the fact that everybody else actually had their own history. And you guys burned yours, essentially.
Well, yeah.
I mean, I'm sorry.
It is what it is. It is what it is.
Figure that one out.
He hates many things in the scriptures, man. He hates Esau. Who's the Esau? He's the progenitor of the so-called white race, man.
Well, there you have it, white devil. Now we know the true history, that the Jews are really black people. You thought you could pull the wool over their eyes, but they're not having it. All you Neanderthals and cave dwellers are on fucking notice. The real history's getting out. All that fake bullshit in every history book and recorded language, all the passed down tradition, it's all a smokescreen. We know who the real Jews are, and they're not the people inhabiting Israel. Those are the imposters. And how shameful that you would try to take their place and their accomplishments. And the black Israelites are more than willing to spread that message of truth to anybody that would try to impersonate them.
6 million who the Holocaust. Are you saying the Holocaust is a joke? It's a joke. That's right.
Oh, jeez.
Honestly, I thought these guys were just trolling.
They did think it funny. They also did the little mustache man. Yeah, a lot of work for him. A lot of work.
I feel like these guys were trying to just troll people into fucking fighting them so they could.
Well, yeah, but again,
I feel like that's what this is completely.
It is, but again, this was back in the day. This is the. They're still around, the black Israelites. So,
I know. It's you see them every once in a while. I'll go over to Columbus and there.
Yeah. So
every once in a while.
They're not going to go away. They're still as strong as they were before.
I'll see them standing out in front of the. Oh God, what is it? It's not the 7-Eleven. It's the corner malt shop.
Mm-hmm.
Where you go buy malt slickers.
Yeah, I kind of figured.
They're usually hanging around there. They usually got some brown bags and stuff.
Yeah, the ice cream shop. Liquor and ice cream goes very well.
Yeah, I mean they're right next to each other. It's just hilarious. Some brown bags. Stuff.
Yeah. This is continuing.
Cops just say I'm not going over there. Oh, you're gonna get to you want me to arrest them? Nah, I'm arresting you. Get the fuck out of here.
Mm-hmm.
It's not worth it.
Yeah, crowd, white boy. Heil Hitler. You don't understand nothing. We gonna do it. You ain't gonna do it.
Jesus Christ.
That's right.
That's right. That's right.
God, this was the era of trolling.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
But the deception, it doesn't just end there. Not only were black people the original Jews, they were also the original Egyptians. Now, I could bore you with highly academic sources going over very persuasive arguments as to how black people were actually the original Egyptians. We could sit here all day and talk about how dark those mummies be and shit, and go over famous better evidence. More
how dark those mummies be.
Uh-huh.
Really, that's what we're going with.
It's what?
Oh my God! This is why.
Oh God!
This is why leftism tried to pull this shit. It's like this, because they thought these trolls actually believe it. So maybe if we start doing this shit, then they were just like, yeah, they just want money. Shut the fuck up.
Mm-hmm. That's all they do. It's always about the coin. It's always that never changes.
That's the way that my man show you. Egypt was a black man, King Tut was a black man.
How can you deny that? Just
Easy.
let the beat fill your soul.
Oh God, yeah.
Can't you feel ancient Egypt screaming out at you and saying, "Hey, yo, what's up? You want some fuck, baby? I think I can. I can feel it deep in my bones." Now, sure, you could be one of those naysayers and bring up the point of, well, wait a minute. If black people were the original Jews and black people were the original Egyptians, does that mean they enslaved themselves? When God said, "Let my people go," was he saying that to his people? Because apparently that would have to be the case. Something's going on there, but I'm sure it's just my white devil brain trying to break down reality and put up the illusion that we had a hand in crafting the world. Clearly, we didn't. Clearly, white people have done nothing, and black people are responsible for pretty much everything. And you're going to see that, because that's what this video is about. Since we're already on the subject of stolen accomplishments and the ancient Egyptians, I'd like to bring up a fact that a lot of white people want to try to deny. It's a truth that they've tried to sweep under the rug of history. Now, I'm sure most of you are familiar with the myth that white people invented rocketry, that white people took us into outer space first. That is an
God damn it.
It is not true at all. The truth is, the ancient
I know where he's going.
Space first.
Yeah, you're learning.
Established the ancient Egyptians.
Space.
Aeronautical name. Look at those hieroglyphs. How can you deny the truth that is before your eyes? That is a UFO. A UFO designed, built, and flown from
Right.
Africa. Now, you may not believe me, but there is photographic evidence. If you go to the South African Historical Society archive, you can find this picture. It is Chief Head Scientist and developed the system.
Oh
He is the man
God.
that brought Africans into outer space before anybody else in the world ever was there. Now,
God
it's important
Right.
for you to
fucking
acknowledge
damn
this.
it. That was
I
funny.
know a lot of people seem to think, and it's crazy, that Europeans and then Americans developed the space program. That's not true. After all, if you
Not
that lies,
true.
No,
next thing you'll be telling me is the
it never happened. It's
The
impossible.
original black Native Americans who lived in central Mexico.
All right.
Native Indian Americans have been very jealous of the Aztecs and other blacks. Although today many Mexicans like to claim that blacks are trying to steal their history, it's the other way around. The Indian Americans are trying to steal the history of the blacks, such as the Aztecs.
This has to end. White
Okay.
people, you need to stop trying to take credit for the accomplishments of proud black
Sparky, god damn it. What are you doing?
the Egyptians or the
I know.
Aztecs.
What are you
That's
what are you
my
people doing,
people.
Sparky? Wait, if Sparky were here, we could ridicule him for doing that.
I know, right? He's trying to oppress
You want to
my
take credit
people.
from other people that have. Well, that's just sad. That is really fucking sad, white people, that you would do that, white people. Really fucking sad. Now, you may be saying to yourself, wait a minute, I've been to school. I had to read a history book. How is it that I'm not aware of these things? Well, that's because of the historical revisionism that's taken place ever since the Renaissance.
Right here, you see the front. You see the Archangel Michael in the middle. Jesus Christ, right next to him is Gabriel. What color are they painted? They're painted very dark. But in many books after 1452,
Oh, Jesus Christ.
that famous iconoclast, Leonardo da Vinci, Michelangelo, Raphael, Donatello, 3 Ninja Turtles, they were hired.
Right.
The Ninja Turtles.
He was hired to paint biblical characters, Caucasian men. Why? So that when a lot of people begin to read the history of the Israelites and Jews, listen to what the Greeks did. Because iconoclasm, breaking images, that's nothing new. The Greeks took the records of the Israelites and they painted over them as white men.
Those goddamn Europeans, they
Right.
just don't ever stop. They constantly take credit where credit's not due. Not only do white people try to take credit for what black people do, they try to impersonate them by painting over their historical portraits. Where does it end? How many historical figures were actually black?
But I just want to show you something that's very interesting in this book, that the original rulers of England and Britain were black.
That's King George of England, the light-skinned black man.
You clearly see the Vikings as black men. Do you see that with your
Okay.
glasses? He's a black man. Jesus is a black man. They know that in his hometown.
Beethoven,
Black,
Mozart,
black,
Henry VIII,
black.
William Shakespeare.
Undoubtedly black.
My God,
Undoubtedly.
does it never end? You heard the list of famous black men throughout history. Mozart,
Bill Clinton.
Beethoven, King
He
George.
might be black. He blacker than Obama.
You know,
You lied, but
Scandinavian. Not
that
at
was
all.
Obama.
Vikings were black men. Even William
Like I said, he's black than Obama.
slightly awkward considering Amelia Pisano was the lady who wrote all of Shakespeare's plays because she
That's,
was black
you know how many people I heard
because she never received a dime from
black people say that.
I have. many
Oh
times.
god damn, it is amazing how many. It's like, you know, Bill Clinton is like, yeah, he's blacker than Obama. It's like, what the
Mhm.
fuck? I'm sitting there like, okay, fine.
It's true. Hate to
It
break
was-
it, y'all, but it's true.
It was. But back in the day, you know, you're like, I don't see it. Oh, I see it.
Mm.
It took a second term, but yeah, I figured it out.
Yeah, I saw it right away. I'm like, motherfucker's
should've-
playing a saxophone.
But
Okay.
the problem is either that or you vote for you vote for McCain, you know, or you vote for that, or I mean, the choices were not great, honestly. I mean, honestly, people say, "Oh, the choices are the worst they've ever been." I'm like, were you alive during the time of Clinton and Bush and all those other fuckers when they ran?
that. Yeah,
There
I
was
mean,
no
that's-
choice.
Yeah. That'd be true, but again, you're asking people to remember that far. Most people don't.
I mean, most people weren't even alive that far. And now today, they're like, "We've never had." It's like, no, we have.
Nothing new. Yes, we're almost there.
Shakespeare was illiterate and could barely write his own name. I think we've got another one of those Egyptian situations.
Wow.
If William Shakespeare was black
That's
and
funny.
they published his work, why wouldn't they publish Amelia Bassano's work because she was black? God damn it, this must be another example of white privilege. Look at me trying to analyze.
Yeah, that would
Why
be
not?
confusing. That would be confusing if a black woman was writing this shit, and they gave all that all that to you know the biggest nigger in the house, which was William Shakespeare. What a weird name for a black man. But why won't they kind of recognize her? Because there's some. What is it? She a lesser person because she's a black woman? I'm getting confused here. Getting some mixed messages.
History with facts. That is stupid. We don't need facts. We need the truth. And the truth here is William Shakespeare was a black man who had major success in England writing plays. And at the same time, he was also a white man who used the work of a black woman because he was illiterate and couldn't sign his own name. Of course, it's not just the white devil that's doing this. It's the yellow devil as well. Capture this. Japanese couple. The woman
I've
on the
seen this
is
picture.
straight up black
Picture's
woman.
been around for a
samurai
bit.
to be brave, he must have a bit of black blood. Japanese proverb. Know thyself. For a samurai to be brave, he must have a bit of black blood. Ancient Japanese saying. 35,000 BC, a group of these African Chinese, later known to us as the Jomon, took this route and entered Japan. They became the first humans to inhabit the Japanese Isles.
Those are some great throws, man. Those are some great throws.
Desert feature.
Funny thing is the Japanese do have the ability to grow a fro. Weird thing.
Yeah, no, I have actually seen that.
It's like, weird fucking thing to see it on those motherfuckers. You kind of
if they grow their hair long enough, it will get very froey, which is really weird. It just at a certain if you leave it short, it's fine. And I'm talking 2-3 inches. It goes past that 3 to 4 inch mark. It starts to fro.
Some of them just fro up. It is a.
I do not understand it. It defies the laws of physics and science, but hey,
it defies the laws of white science. It makes sense for everybody else. That's basic. But yeah, and again, I like the factor how certain blacks out there just automatically see the fro and automatically assume that motherfucker gotta be black because only blacks have this shit. No.
I've seen white people with fros.
Wrong. There's whites, there's Asians, there's Redskins, there's the Jew. They all have the ability to have a fro. It's very the type of fro, but again, it's very the type of coarse hair black folks are going to have. Some may get that luck, that good hair luck. Others will have the basic black hair luck, brittle pad on their head. So. Hair is strange. It's all over the place. Fuck. Anyways, continuing.
Even Buddha's involved in this. The original Buddha rocking the hairstyle we call today Bantu knots. Know your hair story. Our people even migrated to Asia. Buddha was not the fat white Asian statues you see today. I hope.
He was the typical fat black man.
Not only
apparently so, yeah.
All of black
who was too lazy to do anything and just said, made. And that actually makes sense. You think about it. It's the lazy black fat man that doesn't want to do anything, so he makes up proverbs for other people to do shit for him.
You would think that'd be true, but Buddha was actually a very slender individual and became fat, depending on whereabouts that artist was.
So it couldn't be.
Yeah, because you go to Thailand and that he's skinny. You go over to like China, he's fat and tubby. You go over to Japan, skinny again. The fuck?
Yeah.
Sometimes you find him fat, sometimes you find him skinny. So it's different mood. Is this? I'm gonna say different Buddhas based off of his where he was in the global world at that particular time.
It depends on how much the population was starving. So
right. So there you go. So it's like. God damn
if they weren't starving, they had a thin Buddha. If they were starving, they had a fat Buddha, because that is what you're striving for, is to be fat, because you're not starving.
Yeah. Right. Yes. I mean that was
you just have diabetes.
Well, again, yes. That was the thing back in the days. Being a little bit hefty, a little stout was a sign of prosperity.
Well, it still is in Africa. It still
No,
is
I
in
know.
Africa.
I know.
Because those motherfuckers be starving still. In a lot of
Mhm.
places. People are like, oh, they don't have water. That's why I was like, no, they don't have food. And the reason they don't
No.
have food is because we keep fucking with them.
Well, it's
And they
not the
keep
fact.
fucking with each other.
No, it's more like they keep fucking with each other. I mean, here's the problem: you send food over, then those governments will take that food and distribute it towards themselves, and then
Oh, yeah.
and then resell it to other places because that's money. And we keep sending food over, thinking that it's going to solve the problem. It's not. Not.
Impersonated them and rewritten history books and redone paintings. All of Japanese and Chinese history is a lie because Japanese and Chinese people are actually black as well.
Oh.
Everybody is black. South American and
Not
Central
anymore. They're
American,
white today.
they're black.
Yeah, I know,
Europeans,
right? Jesus
black too.
Christ.
Their
Asians,
credit
black
scores
as well.
automatically got
Not
better.
a single
I
place
know.
on Earth that has not covered up the fact that black people are responsible for every single human achievement that has ever happened in human history.
Right.
Perhaps, though, you need a little bit more convincing. Well, it is Black
Why is
History Month
Africa
here in
still
America,
a
so let's
shit
talk
place?
about American history. Let's talk about the first president of the United States. Now, I know a lot of you, if I asked you who was the first president, are going to say George Washington, but that is a lie. That is pure white
Oh,
propaganda.
God, no.
The first president of the United States was a black man. A Moor. George Washington was not the first president of the United States. He was the ninth. The real first president of the United States was John Hanson, who understood the importance of war and was concerned. He served as president from 1781 to 1782 AD. In fact, he sent 800 pounds of sterling silver by his brother Samuel Hanson to George Washington to provide for the troops with shoes. They tried so hard to cover the true Moorish identity of John Hanson because of his great accomplishments as a leader. Since Euro-Americans have their roots in England, it must be very hard to accept the
weird.
fact that the true father and founder of their country was in fact a black man. You can pick your jaw up from the floor there, white people. I just dropped a
Jesus
truth bomb on
Christ.
your ass. I've napalmed you with reality. Now I know it must be difficult to accept this new reality, this great truth that's been hidden from you. I'm sure for the longest time you thought the first president of the United States was actually George Washington. You are fucking retarded. It was in fact a black man, and they've been covering that up for far too long. We need to get the word out. Now, I'm sure you white supremacist naysayers out there are going to bring up things like, well, wait a minute. The oldest surviving heliographic engraving is from 1825, and the earliest photo we have is actually from 1826. So how
Yeah.
could you possibly have a photograph of the first president of the United States when he served from 1781 to 1782? Hell, in your desperate struggle to hold on to your white lies, you might even bring up the fact that John Hanson died in 1783, making it physically impossible to have
Impossible,
his
yeah.
photograph taken when photography actually did become realistically feasible. Well, that's just more racist bullshit. I'm sure you're going to vote for Trump. Those facts, quote unquote, aren't really true. They're up on Wikipedia. We might as well rename it Whitepedia because that's what it's full of. White bullshit. You see, photography was invented well before the 1800s. Back in 5200 BCE, that's before Common Era, which should really be
Okay.
retitled BWL, before white lies. A tribesman by the name of Untangu Kakano invented photography in the oldest known surviving photograph in world history. This is Untango getting a self-portrait done.
Jesus
Look
Christ.
genius before you.
Oh,
That
I
is
know.
the
I've
father
seen that
of modern
picture.
photography,
Got color
and
though.
it perfectly explains how they would have got a picture of the first black president, John Hanson. Now, if you've made it this
Right.
far and your eyes have been opened, I have one final piece of truth for you. It's the big one. We've talked about how every group on Earth is really black people, and every accomplishment that's ever been conceived has been done by black people. But what about the white people? Those goddamn interfering cave-dwelling Neanderthals. Where did they come from?
Neanderthals.
Well, it's time to share that story with you. Here is the truth behind where white people come from.
Oh, they're
It
going to talk about
starts
that black
thousands of years
scientist
ago
manipulating
with a
white folks.
brilliant scientist named Yakub. This happens
Yeah,
to be
there
an
you go.
artist's illustration of what Yakub might have looked like. No, that's not upside down balls with hair on it. That is what Yakub is a janitor. He is the source.
That's
He is where
exactly what I thought.
people come from. And I'm
Yeah,
gonna share
no,
his
no,
story
that's the
with
sign of intelligence.
It
You
took
must have,
600 years to
pre-matter.
breed Yakub's albinoid tribe, and every imagination of their heart and all of their actions were wicked continuously.
Oh,
the evilness
oh
of
my
albinoids
God,
not only
this
affected
is
themselves,
so
but
bad.
also affected the other peoples of the world.
Yeah.
Yakub's albinoids returned to the city where they were exiled from. Once back in the city, it took only 6 months for Yaqub's Albinoids to cause chaos and war amongst the Ebenoid people. The king of the Ebenoid people realized that it was Yaqub's Albinoids who were causing all the trouble, and the king made a decree to drive Yaqub's evil Albinoids from amongst them. The king rounded up all of Yaqub's Albinoids and stripped them of their clothing, and put an apron on them to hide their nakedness, and sent his army with them across the desert to cross the burning sands into the place which is modern-day Europe.
That's right. White people are a science experiment gone wrong. They wreaked havoc across the world until they were finally exiled to Europe and held prisoner in caves. But the Neanderthals couldn't just leave well enough alone. They finally broke out. But when they broke out, boy howdy, was it a dark time in the world.
Free from the caves, Yaqub's Albinoids went on a rampage throughout the earth.
The white people were the oppressed people, is what they're saying.
One against the other using the idea of divide and conquer.
That makes sense. That makes sense now. I understand why I always feel so oppressed now.
Evil, pain, suffering, and oppression.
And I never feel guilty when a black person says they're oppressed, because we were the two oppressed people. So yes, we're going to take credit for all your shit. That's why. That makes total sense.
There you go. You're learning something
the rule of Yaqub's people, the Ebenoid people would give birth to one whose wisdom, knowledge, and power would be infinite. One the world would recognize as being the mightiest in the creation of the universe, and the warring wicked world would be renewed and the Ebenoid nation would be restored into power to rule forever and to establish a world of peace and righteousness.
Rejoice. And while we wait for that final victory, that salvation, take comfort in knowing. So there I was last night.
Sorry. I gotta stop this. All right. Oh God. There you go. That was February.
Oh God damn it. That was fun.
I know. Well, let's wrap this up. Yes, it's a little early. Apparently I've got to harass a person from Australia, since he doesn't understand dates. So we're going to be doing a recording for a two shot at the bar later on soon. So yeah, I'm going to wrap this up and
all right, that's fine. I think that's enough, honestly.
Yeah. Yes. I hope everybody enjoyed themselves. If you guys did, throw that like button down or whatever it's supposed to do wherever it is. But
like, subscribe, leave a comment down below.
Yeah, all that kind of goodness. But as usual, I give Jim X his last rights. I hit buttons. I can get the fuck out of here.
White people are the true oppressed people. Power to the people.
I know. Peace, bitches.
Peace.